Good evening everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's had a great day today as always. It's 2 days before the game, guys. We all know what that means. It was Javi Grazia's press conference earlier on today, so we're just going to have a little brief chat about that, followed by my predicted 11 based on what he said for our game against Brighton and Hove Albion at Elland Road on Saturday. It feels like it's going to be a huge weekend for Leeds United in terms of our game, of course, and other teams playing in and around us. Just before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button, please subscribe, share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below as you always do, and hit that notification bell. I will be going live on the channel tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for my match preview. So make sure that if you're about at 7 o'clock to get involved in the chat. It'll be good to see what other people are thinking going into this game. So then, Javi Gracia, as I said, had his press conference earlier on today, and he touched upon a few things. Firstly, in terms of team news, he was asked quite a bit about the fitness of Sinisterra, Bamford and Rodrigo. Bamford, from what I can gather, I don't think Bamford is going to feature in the squad, or if he does, it may be from the bench. I think he's still getting over this issue. Obviously, Bamford does seem to be pretty broken at the minute. I think we had him for about 6 or 7 games in a row, which is quite good for Pat Bamford, given his injury record at Leeds United so far. I think other than the first season in the Premier League, he's not really had a consistent amount of games. And he hasn't scored as many goals for Leeds as he did in that first season in the Prem. As for Sinisterra and Rodrigo, he said that they've been training with the squad and have been building up momentum day by day, and there'll be a final decision made on the final training session, which I'm assuming will be tomorrow, to see if they will be fit to feature at all this weekend. But it sounded promising, so hopefully, even if it's worst case scenario, if they don't feature in this game, that hopefully they'll be able to feature for the Wolves game next week. Obviously, he was asked quite a bit as well about Jorginho Ruta and how he's settling in at the minute. Quite a few of the journals asked him about him. And obviously, he said he is still a young player. He feels he has the attributes and the capability to fit in well at Leeds United long term. It's still taking him a bit of time to adjust to a new country, a new league, etc. So, and I think that's where most sensible Leeds fans are at the minute with him. I think it's way too early to judge him. I think there's potential there, 100%. If he turns out to be a flop, then I'll happily call him out on that at the right time. But I think at the minute, he's a young player that is still adjusting to a new league. And as someone said, in the press conference, the fact that we spent 35 million quid on him, that's not his fault. But at the end of the day, it is something that will follow him. I know it's extreme circumstances, obviously, but look at Jack Grealish at Man City, 100 million. He didn't really do much last season, so there were people that were saying it were a flop, etc. But if you look at him now, flourishing in that Man City side, I know it's completely different, but it's the same sort of principle. Hopefully, Jorginho can. I think personally, if he can grab a goal this weekend, I think that could just set him off on quite a good run. Fingers crossed, anyway. So then, let's get into my thoughts on who I think will start this game against Brighton. Javi Gracia's starting 11. Obviously in goal, Illan Meslier. I've seen people question him, saying, is he as good as what we all actually think and make out? I think he is. I just think there are certain elements to his game that need improving. I think his distribution's been shocking for a while now. Really needs to work on that. I think he's a great shot stopper, but I think at his near post, I think he's quite vulnerable. He's been beaten there quite a lot, and I do think free kicks are a bit of an issue for him as well. But obviously, Joel Robles, don't think he's a goalkeeper that I'd want to be seeing start games in the Premier League. So obviously, it will be Illan Meslier in goal. I think the back four will remain unchanged. Obviously, I think it'll be still Luke Ayling, Robin Koch, Max Verber and Junior Firpo. I'm not sure what the fitness status is of Liam Cooper. However, I feel at the minute that no one is disrupting that centre-back partnership, even if it's Coops. I think Pascal has got a massive task on his hands as well to get back into this side. The games that we've seen him at centre-back this season, he hasn't been great. He started off the season well at left-back, but I think Junior Firpo is starting to come into his own a little bit at the minute, and I think Javi Gracia is a fan of Junior Firpo. So yeah, I do think the back four will remain unchanged. It's been fairly solid since Gracia's come in, and I think Koch and Verber have got a really good centre-back partnership forming there. This is where it gets a little bit 50-50 now in terms of the midfield. It depends how he wants to go about it in the midfield. I think Brighton, I think this game will definitely be won and lost in midfield. It depends if Gracia is wanting to be tighter and compact in there, obviously, because Brighton have got some really good midfielders like Caicedo, Alexis McAllister, and such. So, I something, I don't know why, but I think he'll go with a midfield three in this. Obviously, it can vary depending if we're in possession, out of possession. But I do feel he may start the game at least with a three. And I think it'll be Tyler Adams sitting slightly deeper with Weston McKennie on the right and Mark Rocker on the left. And then I think the front three up top. I know I said that Rodrigo and Bamford, he isn't sure. I do think Jorginho will retain his place through the middle. And I think you'll see Somerville on the right and Yonto out on the left. I do not want to see Jack Harrison in this starting 11, in all honesty. So hopefully, as I say, hopefully we can get that front three raring to go. Just get some shots on target, trouble the goalkeeper, hopefully score a few goals. That'd be nice, because I feel like the goals in this side at the minute are so dry. We've scored one goal in his last 5 games, and that was by Junior Firpo, our former out of favour left back, maybe starting to be in favour now. But that's a real worry. And if we can't score goals in this game, then I don't see where his goals are coming from until Rodrigo and Sinisterra are back in this side. Gracia did say in his press conference as well that we need to be targeting home games, which I thoroughly agree with. Whoever we are playing, we need to be at least targeting wins in our home games. Our next 3 home games are Brighton, obviously this week, and then Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. For me, 6 points minimum out of those 3. Brighton this weekend I think will be a very tough ask. I think we can get something from the game. I don't know if it'll be a win or a draw. Obviously, I'll be doing my preview live on the channel tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, so make sure that you tune into that, and hopefully I'll have had a more of a think about it, and hopefully my head can be maybe not on the fence a little bit, and I will give a definitive theory for how I think the game will go. But as I sit here now, I'll be honest, I don't think we'll lose the game. I just don't know if I can see us winning or drawing. But even if we do lose against Brighton, they're a very good side. But then Forest and Palace, we need to be winning. 2 teams that are in and around us. You know, there's a lot of teams in this relegation fight at the minute, along with us. So hopefully we can get the job done in our games at Elland Road, starting with Brighton this week. But that is who I think will be in Javi Gracia's starting 11 for this weekend's home fixture against Brighton at Elland Road. As I just said there, guys, I will be back on the channel tomorrow night at 7 o'clock live. So make sure that you get involved in the chat and share all of your thoughts and theories on how you think the game will go, and we can have a good chat. If there's plenty of people in, I will go for about an hour, but I'll happily stay live for as long as people are dropping comments in. It was really good to do the final say on Sunday of last week after the Chelsea game live. I will be doing that again on Sunday as well, so plenty of content coming over the next few days, guys. So hit that notification bell so that you're always aware of every time I upload and go live. If you've enjoyed this one, please smash a like on it. It'll really do me a favour. It really helps get the video out there. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're on the road to 3K, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.